first event in South Carolina, and hopefully many will follow. So now I'd like to hand this back over to Aaron, and I'd like to make a point that today really is Aaron's event. He's been planning this for a long time. It's his baby. The documentary we'll do later, I'll talk about that when the time comes. That's my baby, but today is his baby. So really, give it up for Aaron.
Well, I'm just going to let everyone know that tonight, actually, we're going to have a lot of fun things going on. We're going to actually have a trivia game where you're going to get test your knowledge of Wizard trivia. And we're also going to be actually having a taping of our 30th episode of Return to Oz. And many of you don't know this, but I actually run and produce the only talk show on the internet on the Wizard of Oz and the Return to Oz movie. And we have actually produced and recorded 29 episodes. And it is actually co-produced by a very good friend of mine. His name is Aaron Schultz, and he runs a website called WaltDisneyReturnToOz.com. It's actually the largest website on the Disney Return to Oz movie. So we will be doing that later on. We will also be having a sing contest where you can test your knowledge of singing Over the Rainbow. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll also have our character costume contest, and we'll have some prizes from the International Wizard Oz Club out in Southern California to be awarded today. Alright, so just going to go ahead and just give a few more comments and some information about this website. Basically, a few years ago, I had felt a great need to start a website out that would lead families, children, adults of all ages, people of all ages to come to have a good, wholesome website on the internet. And I started the website videosforfamily.com. And over a few years past, I decided that I was going to generate some interest into not only the people around, but to get a lot of well-known, maybe celebrities. So I decided to go ahead and contact the management of Billy Gilman. And Billy Gilman is an 18-year-old country singer from Rhode Island. And I want to know how many of you have heard of Billy Gilman? Any of you heard of Billy Gilman? Okay. Y'all remember Song One Voice? It's a very good song. So anyways, he was the first person I interviewed. Shortly after that, I actually ended up contacting some people in the Oz community, such as John Fricke, who's actually the official Wizard of Oz historian and authority on Judy Garland. I interviewed him, and a lot of other people came to follow. So we hope you enjoy our evening tonight, and next up, we are going to have our Wizard of Oz trivia game. So, Gabe, can you come up here? Alright, now, we are going to, since a lot of you guys are younger, we're not going to give questions too hard for this, but it'll be pretty easy for some of you. So here's our first trivia question. How many of you know the range of order in the characters from the Wizard of Oz movie? Do you know? Alright, you want to know the range of the characters. Come up over here. Can she come up here? Come up on stage. Come up on stage. Alright, just come over here. Alright, what's your name? Annalise. Do you live here in South Carolina? You live in Spartanburg? Yeah, I'm glad you came out here. Alright, you tell us the answer to the question. What is it?
Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion.
That's right, actually. That's right. Scarecrow. Very good. Very good. Alright, thank you. Alright. Alright, for our next question, how many of you did you know the answer to this question or not? Did the song Over the Rainbow, was it actually ever considered to be cut from the film? Do you think it was going to be cut, or did they decide to obviously keep it in? How many of you knew if it was supposed to be actually cut from the film, like taken out? Any of you knew about that? Yeah. Well, it actually was cut from the film, so that. All right, for the third question. Forgot about the prices. I need you to come back up here really quick because we're going to give you one of these. Now this right here is the Bob Bugle. And I'm going to give you that to look over, and you can go and have that. You're logging on the internet, you're going to our website, videosforfamily.com, and you're about to download one of our episodes of Returning to Oz. So just picture that, and that's what it's going to look like right now as we do it. Hi everyone, this is Aaron Pacentine from videosforfamily.com. We're here to present our 30th episode of Returning to Oz. I'm here with Gabe Rodriguez, directly from New York City. How are you, Gabe?
I'm doing great, how are you?
Doing good. Alright, well, I'm so glad we're here because we're actually having this videotape, and we are here at our first event in Generations of Oz here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. With an audience, we're glad that you all are here tonight. All right, now, Dave, for my first question for you, tell me, how did you get interested in Return to Oz? I know you have a documentary you're going to present tonight. How did you get interested in it?
Well, Return to Oz is a movie not many people know anything about. Kind of the opposite of Wizard of Oz, the movie that everyone knows. It's kind of interesting how it's both sides of the spectrum. I first saw the movie when I was 9, and it really resonated with me. It was something different and dark. So then when I saw the movie again when I finished school, and I decided, well, originally I said something like, oh, one day when I'm a famous filmmaker, I'm going to go and promote the movie and make sure it gets known. And then I kind of thought, you know, why wait, just do it. Disney's not going to put something out, I'll go and work on something. And so I've been working on this since February this year. And it's really a great movie. We were actually playing scenes from it before. People had kind of a mixed reaction to it.
Now, obviously everybody loves the Ruby Slippers from the Wizard of Oz movie, but did you know that in the Return to Oz movie, they actually had Ruby Slippers in that film? How many of you, I know that that's seen the movie actually knew that, right? Like you guys saw it, right? Yeah. All right. Now, Gabe, I'm wondering, like you know the process, you know, it takes thousands upon thousands of dollars to go ahead and get the rights to use Ruby Slippers on a film because it's MGM property, it's owned by Warner Brothers. Do you know anything about that? You know, why did they decide to use the Ruby Slippers and pay all that money?
Well, one thing you guys may not know, in the book, it was silver shoes, it was not Ruby Slippers. I believe the reason they chose Ruby Slippers for the MGM movie is to make use of Technicolor. So then when they were making Return to Oz, they were trying to make this very different kind of movie that was more faithful to the books. And they were kind of in an awkward place, you know, it's kind of a sequel, it's not quite a sequel, and they didn't know how to go about it. Well, they decided to keep the Ruby Slippers, I guess, because even though it was different, they didn't want to contradict the vision people had of MGM. So they did keep that, but that meant that they had to pay copyright to MGM because, or I actually don't know if it was MGM or if it was already Warner Brothers at that time that owned Wizard of Oz, because the movie has changed copyrights a few times. So they had to pay copyright for that just to use the shoes, whereas if they had done the silver shoes, they wouldn't have had to pay anything because Disney owned the rights. And I know it's very difficult to make them, but that's what they did.
Wow, that is amazing. Can you believe that, you guys? I mean, to think that that actually happened, that is really amazing. All right, for the next question, I'm wondering that when Dorothy, when they cast first of all, she played Dorothy in the movie, when they cast her, were they actually maybe thinking about choosing somebody that looked like Judy Garland when they did that?
Yes and no. They didn't, you know, Judy Garland is obviously 16 in the movie, even though she's trying to play it kind of younger. So they wanted someone who was younger and was more, you know, a real little girl, which is one of the things that hurt the movie, the fact that you had a Dorothy that, you know, would look younger, and it was kind of hard to like, how is this a sequel if she's younger, you know? So no, they didn't, but at the same time when they did cast Rosa, who was 9 years old, they did, you know, make her up to look like Judy, and they did that on purpose to make people think of the MGM movie. And actually, a lot of people don't know, Fairuza was the youngest girl who tried out.